And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, today we're taking a look at the game Voilà. This is a game about the circus. It's kind of a speed game, dexterity game, memory game, not memory game. Find stuff quickly game. It's a silly-ish type game for kids where they try to do things as quickly as they can, but you're doing different things. Let's take a look at this. Each player in this game gets 3 turns. On your turn, another player is going to flip the timer and hide it so you can't see it, and so you have 45 seconds to take your turn. On your turn, you're going to draw stones one at a time from the bag. At any point, you can say Voilà, and you're done. If you're still drawing stones from the bag or working on something, when the timer runs out, you get nothing. When you draw a yellow stone, you simply set it aside and do nothing, and then you can keep drawing. If you draw a red jewel, you're going to draw 1 card from the deck and do whatever that card says. If you draw a blue jewel, you have to draw 2 cards and do whatever they say. At the end of a round, once you shout Voilà, for every 2 yellow gems you have, you'll draw the top card of the deck, and that's how many points you get. You can ignore everything else on it. If you draw cards from the red and blue, you have to do the tasks on them. So let's say I did 1 for the red, 2 for the blue, and got a free 1 from the yellow, so I'll keep these cards and get 5 points. Remember, if you mess up, you get no points. So what do the different cards do? Well, some of the cards are like everyone plays it. If you flip a card that is one of the blue cards, this shows one of the symbols around here. First person to touch that symbol gets the card and gets a point. There are yellow cards where it uses the acrobats to make something, and so to do that, you simply have to stack the acrobats as quickly as you can, like it shows on the card. And if the person who's watching you approves that, you go on to the next card. And so there's various different formations of the 6 different acrobats. Sometimes you just have to take the gem that you drew from the bag and throw it 10 centimeters up in the air and then catch it. Pretty simple, it's only 1 point. Here you have to put 4 of these guys in a row and then draw 4 gems from the bag and place them on top of the guys so that they stay there. Let's see, for this one's, you have to use all 4 guys, put them here, use this table, put it on top, put another guy on top of that, and then take the last guy and push him all the way through, and pull him without knocking anything over. Then we have this one, it's juggling. There's variations of this one. You simply have to search in the bag and find the gems that are these colors. That's pretty much the game. You're just going to be continuing to do these different things. Again, you're running against the timer. When the timer runs out, you get no points. Other than that, you see how many cards you can complete in that amount of time. After everyone gets 3 turns, you add up all your points on your cards. Most points is the winner. I think Voilà is for families or especially kids. It's kind of just a fun game. It's like, oh, and the kids have fun building the acrobats and sliding the acrobat underneath and throwing a gem up in the air and doing things. It gives kind of the circus theme to it. Everyone's watching on your turn because you might flip one of the cards where you touch something. And so there's that going on. If I have one problem with the game, it's the timer. I think the timer is fine. As an idea, I don't know why the timer is hidden. Most kids have no concept of how long 45 seconds is. Most adults don't either, especially when you're doing something else. And so you do a card and you're like, I'll stop, because some points is better than pushing your luck. We played, after playing through this, and I was like, So we played again, and we played where you could just see the timer. The game still works. If there's not much time left, you can still push your luck and try to do one more thing before the time runs out. And I think the game played just as well that way. The whole hiding the timer thing didn't really matter. That being said, this is not a serious game. This is kind of a silly game. I think my favorite, and everyone who I played with, was the acrobat, setting them up in different formations, putting them together, sliding the thing through, but also throwing the gem up. You'd be surprised how many people, in the speed of the moment, throw that gem up and can't catch it. I really thought everyone could catch it. So, good artwork, the circus theme comes through. This was actually a pretty fun little game. Certainly geared towards families and the like, but I like the theming. The components are pretty high quality, and it's just silly fun. Dice Tower Judgment, approved!
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at DicetowerNetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.